So what's going on, everybody? Brett Patrick here. Today we're going to be talking about how to get your first $1,000 in sales in your gutter cleaning business. So let's jump right into it. I have an idea and a theory. If you've seen some of my other videos, then you've probably seen this before. But essentially, one of my biggest methodologies when starting out any business in any capacity is I want you to race to your first $1,000 in sales. And the reason for that is I want you to have proof of concept that what you're trying to accomplish, the business that you're trying to start, actually will work before you invest a ton of money into the business, right? So in this sense, today we're talking about gutter cleaning, of course, a gutter protection business. So before you go out and buy the really expensive ladder, which you can easily spend well over $500 on a ladder, before you go out and buy all the gutter cleaning tools, the extension poles, the spoons, before you incorporate an LLC, I use like a legal Zoom, spend $300-400 on it. Before you open up the bank account, before you go spend $1,000 on insurance, before you go spend on your business cards and shirts and hats, like you could really ratchet up how much money you want to spend on this business. So before you go and do all that stuff, you have this business, but you don't have any money coming in, you don't have any clients coming in, which often it happens a lot with new business owners. That feels like you're making a business, but you're not really starting a business. So before doing all that, I only have proof of concept. Now, there's two stages of proof of concept. One is seeing someone like myself or all these other successful gutter cleaners on YouTube. Obviously, the concept will work, but the other part is you need to make sure that you yourself can go out and make it happen. So that's what we're talking about today. And that is my race to $1,000 in sales. So how do we go about doing that? Well, I'm going to tell you exactly how I did it just a month and a half, 2 months ago when I restarted up Good Boy Gutter Protection. So what I did to race to my $1,000 in sales was this. I went online, I bought a hat. So I don't have the hat with me right now, but I went to, I think it's safarisun.com. I made a custom hat with a logo that I made off of Canva. Okay, I spent an hour tops, all this stuff. I bought one hat for $50. That's the most when you only have one hat, right? I bought the one hat and then I wore nothing but Carhartt gear, stuff I already had, just plain apparel. Put the hat on and I drove my truck with no magnets, no business cards, nothing. So what I did was I went to Zillow or Realtor, right? And I found neighborhoods that fit a certain criteria that I wanted to be in. So I wanted to go to neighborhoods that were primed for the picking, right? So I wanted homes that were $300,000 in values and up, 2,000 square feet and up, and in a general, geographical area where I live by. Once I found those neighborhoods, what I then did is I went to Street View to make sure that those neighborhoods had tree coverage. You don't want to go into a brand new neighborhood because typically a brand new neighborhood, they just scalp everything and drop homes in. So people's gutters probably won't get dirty because there's no leaves to fall into them. So if you go into a more mature neighborhood and you go to Google Street Views and you can see the neighborhood, you can essentially walk down the street and you can really start to get a feel for what this neighborhood looks like. So I got the right size home values. It's in an area I want to be in, I want to work in. And then the last piece is they actually have trees that could produce leaves to fall in the gutters. Great. I've cross-referenced everything I need to have success. I then went to those neighborhoods and I began looking for the homes that had the low-hanging fruit. I mentioned this in one of my other videos, but low-hanging fruit are the homes that obviously need their gutters fixed or cleaned out, right? So you drive by, you see the home, they got pine needles or leaves stacked up in the valley. The gutters are absolutely overflowing with leaves. You can see plants growing out of them, right? This is the low-hanging fruit. These are the people that absolutely need the service that you are offering. I want you to target those homes and those homes only. You're going to go up to the home. You're going to knock on the door. And you can have a slew of different pitches. I did door-to-door sales for a very long time, so this piece it wasn't super difficult for me, but for some of you guys, you're going to have to overcome a little bit of fear, so to speak, to go knock on someone's door, but it should make you feel better. You should have more conviction knowing that these people really, really need exactly what you're talking about, as compared to, say, knocking on a home and you can't really tell if the gutters are dirty or not, right? So we're going to the home. Leaves are absolutely everywhere. You know for sure they need the service. You can say, hey, my name's Brett with XYZ Company. I'm a local gutter cleaning service. As I can, I stopped by because I saw you had some debris in your gutters, and I was just curious, when's the last time you had your gutters cleaned out? What's probably going to happen is this customer's going to go, yeah, it's been a while. I'm like, yeah, for sure. I stopped by. Hey, I just wanted to give you a quote on getting your gutters cleaned out. You got 5 minutes. Most of the time, this particular customer is going to go, yeah, let me go ahead and get a quote on that. At that point, you should already know your pricing, right? If you don't, you can watch some other videos, but essentially you're going to be somewhere around $1 a foot per cleaning. Run around the house with your measuring wheel, or just kind of rough eyeball it. You need to make a few sales in the beginning. Hey, I can get them knocked out for $129, $149, $199, $1 a foot, whatever you want to charge. Honestly, those first few, you may just want to almost give them away as cheap as possible, right? So my minimum charge is $129. So maybe every single home I knock on, $129. I'll do it for $129, right? Just to try to get the business. The whole point here is let's get the gears turning a little bit. Let's start to get some clients in the door. Let's start making a few sales. That way we can get that proof of concept that this actually can work before I really start investing some other money into this deal, right? So that's essentially what you're going to do. You're going to go out, you're going to knock on doors for people that truly need it, and you're going to give them prices on getting their gutters cleaned out and just tell them, hey, I'm booked out about a week. And what you want to do is you want to spend that first full week, first 5 days a week, or if you want to work weekends, that's perfectly fine. And you're just going to knock on doors and get at least $1,000 in sales. Now, if you're really good at this, you could do this in one day. It doesn't take that many, especially if you get a couple big homes. I sell a lot of like $2.99 gutter cleanings. So you don't need but 3 or 4 of those. Boom, you're there. But you should be able to get to this 1,000 mark in that first week, preferably somewhere around Wednesday or Thursday if you're doing pretty good, right? So you get your $1,000 in sales by going out, you're knocking on doors, you're going for the absolute layup customers. These are the people that absolutely need your service. Their gutters are overflowing. They have plants growing out of them. Go for the easy targets first, give them a fair price, and push forward. So that's it. There's no rocket science to it. Once you get your $1,000 in sales, now you have a legitimate business concept in your mind. You can kind of start to see how things work. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take some of those proceeds, or that you're going to get in the next week, and go buy you a ladder, right? I would start off with, depending on your setup, either like a 22-foot multi-purpose, that's the ones that kind of adjust, or what I preferably, and what I did was I went and bought a 28-foot extension, because 28 foot is going to put you on probably 90-95% of all the situations you're going to deal with. I think I got mine for, I want to say it was $350, but if you can get something cheaper, go to Facebook Marketplace, etc. Spend your money on that first, and then make sure you have like a backpack blower or a handheld blower. That's all you need in the beginning. Like literally, that is it. Just buy a ladder and a blower. The blower is going to be for cleaning up or blowing the gutters out if you can, depending on the roof situation. And that is it. Recoup your money as you go. Keep moving along and slowly snowball this bad boy into a place where you're doing $1,000 a week, $2,000 a week, $3,000 a week. As you grow, then you start to invest more and more into the business. But the whole proof of concept and what this video is about is get to that first $1,000 in sales. You don't know how many times people go, I'm going to start a business, and they love making the t-shirts because cool, right? It feels exciting. And they ordered the business cards, and I got the truck magnets, and look at this cool tool I got. And man, I got the Cadillac of ladders. You don't have a business yet, man. You're just playing business. You need to have income coming in, and you need to know that you can go do that when necessary. The marketing stuff will come, but in the beginning, you need to go and make it happen. Another way you get your first 1,000 in sales, you can just talk to your network, your family, your friends, etc. Again, I didn't have that just go around where I live at now, but like, hey, mom, dad, uncle, brother, sister, aunt, like, I'm starting a gutter cleaning business. Would you guys be willing to help? So anyways, you get it. You guys go make $1,000 in sales before you start going crazy and buying all this business stuff. I promise you, you will thank me later, because it's going to build some confidence in you. You're going to learn a lot about the business. It's going to build some conviction in you. And you're going to know that, hey, I got a legitimate business. I got money coming in as I'm spending stuff to kind of get this bad boy rolling. So anyways, man, I really appreciate you guys watching the video. Please like, subscribe, comment. I'll keep dropping great knowledge. I'm trying to race to 1,000. So this channel can kind of start to give back a little bit as well. So appreciate you guys. And